is.
Yay!
Yay.
Ta-ta-da!
Hello.
Yeah, hello!
Hello, everybody.
Happy New
Hello,
Year,
Happy
everybody!
New
everybody.
Year.
Happy New
Happy New
Year!
Year. Happy New Year. 2021. Let's
Yes,
go.
finally.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Hope you guys all had a very nice holiday season, both Christmas and New Year's. We are just starting out our work week today. So we're really honored to have Shogo Yoshii from Japan join us. It's pretty early in the morning there, but thank you for joining us.
Thank
So
you.
today we welcomed Shogo to talk about our upcoming kaDON live series that starts this week. So the title
Yay.
of that series is Find Your Taiko Breathing with Earth Gravity. Did I say that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So without further ado, please welcome Shogo Yoshi.
Yay,
Yeah,
Shogo.
thank
Yay!
you.
Woo.
Okay, so our first
Yes.
question to you is
Okay. Yes. Okay.
um, I guess your basic background,
Yes.
um, where you're from, how you started Taiko, that kind of stuff.
Yes. So I'd like to explain about my hometown things because my hometown doesn't have any like folk songs because it's like a new town. Yeah. So a lot of people who have the work in the Tokyo, that they need some hometown. So it's we call it like a bed town. Is it work? Um, do you
It's
do you
like
Mm,
a
understand that this
yeah,
bed
it's
town?
it's like a suburb.
Uh,
yeah, suburb.
Suburb,
Suburb.
yeah,
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like a really new town. So just like a cut the mountain and build that houses. Yeah. So that town doesn't have any like folk songs.
mm,
So I grew up that kind of town. So the first I was interested in the Michael Jackson, especially bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's so cool for me. Yeah, and then I influenced a lot of like foreign country musics. Yeah, so especially like blues. I
Hmm.
like the blues very much, and my brother playing the guitar, blues guitar, and I play the blues harmonica, like a blues harp. Oh,
That's
like that.
awesome.
Yeah. That so that was I think like a 10 years old, something like that. And after that, uh, I met the Taiko in the junior high school.
Hmm.
So my teacher wanted to teach the taiko, to play the taiko for the school festival, and I learned the Hachijo Daiko that
Hmm.
place. Yeah. Then that was so shocked for me because I did the kendo a lot. Kendo, you know, the martial arts, like a sword martial arts, and
Hmm.
I did kendo. I always see the taiko in the dojo, in the space to practice, and so uh, I think I knew the taiko, but actually I didn't know the taiko anything. So I wanted to learn the taiko more. Yeah, that was like the first touch with the taiko drum.
How old were you?
Yes. Huh?
How old were you?
13.
13? Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So, and after that, I recognized uh, we recognized that our town doesn't have any like festival musics. So I wanted to make some festival music for that town because I went to learn some taiko culture. Um, the other space, like it's like a more, that, for example, Hachijojima, for
Mm-hmm.
example, like a Sanja Matsuri. Yeah, I went to learn some music, just like watching the festival, sometimes like talking with the local people. And after that, I come back to my hometown. We don't have any like a school. No, we don't have any town festival. So I wanted to make some taiko music for our town. Then I made the taiko group for that town.
Mm-hmm.
That was 15 years old.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
Wow.
pretty cool.
quite young. Yeah,
Yeah.
that normally our my friend, like a same generation friend, play the like a western drum, like a guitar, like a normal band style. But
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do other things because I already did like a blues harp, the guitar. So just I want to put that beside of me, and just I wanted to do the Japanese things more. Yeah.
That's so
Yes.
interesting. Yeah.
No,
It's
it's my brain is a little bit morning brain, so I can't explain.
no, that's great.
How did you meet blues music at 13 years old? I
Yeah,
know you said your brother played
yeah.
guitar, but
Actually, I I loved Michael Jackson, and
right.
b- his like original music is a black music.
Mm.
Yeah, so that is first touch of the black music, like African music and blues
Mm.
music, jazz. Yeah, especially jazz, especially the blues was like so um, interested for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Cool.
Yeah. So
yes.
so after your initial sort of experience with music and initial experience with taiko, then
Mhm.
tell us how you decided you wanted to try out for kodo,
Yeah.
and then when you did, yeah, give us some insight into what that was like.
Mm-mm. Actually, at first I wanted to be an architecture.
Mm.
Yeah, but I thought we don't need any like a new building for this country because the Japan is a so small country, but a lot of building too much. The I love nature because I love fishing, yeah, swimming the sea, like, climbing the mountain. I love the nature. That's why I thought uh, I need to stop to be the architecture, but I wanted to make a lot of people happy,
Mm-hmm.
and for me, the music is the best things because it's like only like an air vibration
Mm.
that makes a lot of people happy. Yeah. So then, actually, uh, I interested in Japanese traditional folk music more,
Mm-hmm.
but there is no college, university in Japan to learn the Japanese traditional folk music. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because the Japanese art university has the only like a classical stage music. Is it make sense? Yeah, kind of like a more hogaku. Yeah, it's like a kabuki. No, yeah, that kind of music is available to learn in the university in Japan, but not like a folk music.
Mm-hmm.
So, but kodo has the cultural なんていうんだ、文化財団ってなんていうんだっけ？
Cultural foundation.
Yes, cultural foundation. Yeah, that system can uh, that system is very good to learn the Japanese traditional folk musics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I wanted to learn the folk musics more. So I think it's nice to go to the kodo and be and I think it's better to be the player, and then other hands I can learn the folk musics
Mm-hmm.
with the Japanese and with kodo foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is my plan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I went to the kodo. That was 21 years old.
21 years old.
Yeah.
And tell us about your time in Kodo. What was that like, and how long did you stay with the group? And
Yes. My first inspiration is, you know, it's really new for me because the kodo is really taiko is music like that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. My feeling was not like that. Taiko is like a more center of community. It's not only music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, so my feeling is taiko is not like a not only on stage.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But kodo is a really on stage things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is new things for me. So we need to make it more musically and more like uh, more performing arts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that feeling was very new for me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, uh, and I did a two years apprentice school. And actually, normally after that, normal like a coda player uh, have the junior player time.
Mm-hmm.
Ju- But I did twice the junior player. Yeah, because you know my brain is very slow to learn new things. So always I went. I've already went to there's some like a local culture things.
Mm-hmm.
Like more Hachijojima, like a
Mm-hmm.
more like a Tohoku area something. But I watched the really local, um, real one.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, Kodo is a very stage things.
Mm.
So there was a gap.
Mm-hmm.
So my brains are really confused.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Kodo is like a more like a powerful and like a more energetic.
Mm-hmm.
But like a real Japanese folk music festival culture is sometimes energetic, but sometimes more relaxed. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a more cycle, like a
Mm-hmm.
powerful and more like a relaxed, powerful, relaxed. So it's cycle. So that's why they can continue the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But kodo is like a stage is like a really the top of the mountain, like the
Right.
stage is here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need to focus for this position.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Makes
that
a lot
was
of sense.
too strong for me. Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense. And how long, overall, like how long did you spend with the group?
Yeah. 10 years. Yeah.
10 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
So I did a lot of things. Yeah. because I couldn't join the tour at first. At first, I couldn't join the tour so much. Yeah, just I stayed like a kodo village, only me, like.
Just you?
Yeah, and then
Oh, wow.
yeah, you know that player, only player,
Mhm.
but that a lot of crew. The
Okay.
the staff is the other
Right.
building,
I see, I
Yeah.
see.
but like practice building is only me,
Mhm.
and always like just cleaning and just like watching the taiko. Sometimes the practice just only me like that. Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
But that was very good experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I consider about the taiko a lot. Like
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Um,
that.
I was gonna bring up when do you remember the first time we met?
Yeah, no,
It was
what?
I'm
When? Yeah, there was a picture somewhere.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was in Berkeley in
uh,
with and it was either that or the time that Kodo came through Los Angeles. Now I'm a little bit confused. But I'm pretty sure it was when On Ensemble was on tour in
uh,
Berkeley, and
yeah.
then there was like a little Callan from uh um hosted a like a little get together for all
Mm,
the kind
mm,
of Taiko people in on the
mm,
East Bay at his like
mm,
beautiful like he had this like really beautiful like little home studio and
mm.
a lot of the Kodo yeah
Yeah, yes, yes, yes,
yeah
yes. Yeah, yeah, I was there.
yeah I
Yeah,
can't
that moment. Actually, I influenced a lot from the own ensemble. That first moment was like a you know, it's quite new things for me. Yeah,
you're
and
like
it's
what is these
still
people doing yeah
no, that like a feeling is a really free. You
uh-huh
know that like you play the koto with a ball.
yeah yeah
Yeah, that was so like oh, it's cool like that. And you know that uh, and Mars did like this like a like a fue,
yeah
uh, put on the pocket like this
yeah
like this kind of like
yeah
style. This is so new for me. You know, who in pockets is so free.
Oh,
Yeah, so like that was very like a new like a new things really. Yeah,
that's awesome
I thought yes that own ensemble is so free and the music
Mhm.
is so cool. Yeah, yes, that was so interesting. Yeah,
okay that's sorry that
なん
was
て言ったらいい、
a little bit tangential we got to keep this about Shogo
うん
yeah so let's move on to your next era, which is the era that you're in now as a solo performer
yes.
and leader of Waraku Soden.
うんう
Uh,
んうん。
tell us about tell us about what what you've been thinking and how your life has been as a solo artist
あ
and maybe explain to people a little bit about your group Waraku Soden
うんう
because
ん
I'd like that's a group that I would really love to see more
うん
people
うん
know about.
うんうんうん。Yes, thank you. So after I quit the kodo, I was solo player. That was so lonely. Like yeah, like yeah. So then I met a lot of the foreign, you know, foreign the traditional musicians. For example, like a tabla like an Indian, like a guitar soloed, and a Korean musician, so Italian. So I met a lot of like foreign musicians, and that moment they has own like a, how do you say, pride and a style, but free, really free. Yeah. So for example, like so Indian tabla musicians see the some like this kind of like a Western score, and they wrote the some sentence the like with their scores. Actually, it's like a kuchishoga, like a songs of the drumming. And I asked to them, is it good to write something on their Western score? Yes, that they said yes, because the Western score is a very narrow, so our music cannot. How do you say? Our music cannot write with the Western scores, so we need to write it because, like, for example, like a da or da. Yeah, that feeling was so uh, new stage for me. Because we Japanese has same things. For example, like a don or do, but we cannot write it.
Right.
But Indian, Hindi has a lot of like a sound intonation. They can write it, so that's why it's better to write everything. Yeah. So my solo artist, like a time is really like an opening my eyes more, like a huge, how do you say, like a
Wide.
wide,
Yeah.
wide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wide, yes. Yeah. So that experience taught me we Japanese music needs to go forward more, because sometimes the Japanese traditional music is difficult to make new things because the history is so long, so it's difficult to learn everything. So a lot of traditional musicians learn the historical things, and a lot of like a kata things. So already varied a lot of information.
Right. Yeah.
So it's difficult to everything just one life. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
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 But we need to try to go forward more. Yeah. We need to learn the historical things, a lot of kata, and we need to chew that historical things, and we need to feel the philosophy of the music. Yeah, and we can change the kata, but we need to keep the core things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is my feeling recently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
is it make sense?
It does. It does. We.
That kind of leads into what you're doing now with Waraku Soden,
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And
The
we should
yeah.
find some good. Can you? Well, after this, we'll make sure to find some good links
Yeah,
for
for
Waraku
Waraku
Soden.
Soden, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a little
Yeah.
bit hard to find unless you have the unless you're searching in Japanese.
That's
Mm,
true.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
But that's definitely the feeling you get watching Waraku Soden performances and music is like it's so forward like looking
mm,
and contemporary, but it feels so grounded in like a in
mm, mm,
in folk music and in
mm.
tradition and it's to me that's it's really fascinating. It's really fantastic music. And and very it's exactly like you're explaining. It's like it's
Mm,
grounded in that tradition, but it's very open and wide and
mm,
that's such a
mm.
interesting sound and interesting concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the meeting with the ensemble was so how to say big things for me.
Mhm.
you know.
So
So
Shoji.
all ensemble is very free. Yeah, the that feeling was you know I jealous about that feeling actually. Yeah. So if I didn't meet the ensemble, I I cannot make the Warak Soden now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you, Shoji.
No, no, it's really
Yeah.
interesting to hear you say that too, because I mean, I think when we started on ensemble, it was much we had very much like similar feelings, like
Mm,
because even in North America, and it's just true. I think in general, it's like when you are practicing an art form, there's so much
mm,
already there that
mm,
sometimes it's hard to imagine what the
mm,
future might be or what another thing might be, or what the other possibilities might be. And so that was something I definitely felt a need to try to address as an artist, try to like open up those boundaries.
mm,
Um, but yeah, it's been really interesting to see um, like groups like Waraku Soden and
mm,
I just feel like I feel like in the Taiko world now there is more artistic possibilities than
mm,
there
mm,
was
mm.
like in maybe in the generation that I came up in. But I don't know if that's just me becoming an old man, like thinking like my point of view is the only point of view. But I do feel like there is a little more freedom in
Mm,
what can be expressed in Taiko now,
mm,
which is
mm,
a really exciting thing.
mm, mm.
Yeah, yeah. There's also some great YouTube clips of Waraku Soden. So if people are watching this, you can copy the kanji. For those of you that don't speak Japanese, you can just copy the kanji from the Waraku Soden Facebook page, and if you just put that into YouTube, you'll find quite a few clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put some link on the comment section.
Okay, great. Um, yeah, and I mean, we like at kaDON, we get a little taste. We get to hear more of Shogo's music that he's always like putting
Mm,
together. Um, but there needs to be. We have to make that more accessible too, because it's really really great stuff. So we'll need to figure out a way to do that. Shogo can. Is there going to be a Waraku Soden or a Shogo Yoshii album soon? Sometime,
mm.
maybe.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm making that. Yeah, now. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great.
Awesome.
And
Mm.
and you really need to come to the US.
I know.
Do a
Yes.
tour,
We're trying to make that
please.
happen.
Yeah.
I can't
Really, I
wait
hope
to
this.
see them
Yeah,
live.
I know. Me
Yeah.
too. Once this pandemic is over.
Yeah.
But as we
Yoshi can
wait,
make it happen,
yeah,
right?
as we wait for this pandemic to end, one of
Yeah.
the things that we were thinking in January, because it's it's still like winter time, and
Mm,
I know a lot of people around the world are stuck inside. So we thought it would be a really great month to do a workshop series, kaDON Live
mm,
workshop series with Shogo-san.
mm.
And that is going to start this Thursday at 5
Yeah.
p.m. Pacific time. So it's right about now. So if you're watching this on Facebook, yes, then you can join in the Shogo's upcoming workshop series. It's called Find Your Taiko Breathing with Earth Gravity. And so it'll be a 4-part series. And Shogo, why don't you explain a little bit about the ideas in this workshop series coming up?
Yes. As I told you, like in Indian tabla has the like a da. Of course, we Japanese has the same things. So, but we couldn't how do you say? We couldn't make it more like a method. We didn't make the method like that. But I think I need to make some method.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a quite a new method, but actually it's based on the traditional things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a Japanese pronunciation, but actually that has the like a groove. So that groove has the like a breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you understand that things, you can understand like a gravity things. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that feeling is like a really like a the feeling of the connecting with the earth. Yeah, so I'd like to share that method. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, so when you're talking about breathing, it's a
Yeah.
much bigger idea than just breathing. It's like phrasing and intonation of
Yes.
the kuchishoka.
Yes. Kushoga too. Yeah. Actually, for example, like a kakegoe, sore or
Mm-hmm.
yo, that has already the breathing and the groove.
Mm-hmm.
Like a so lit or so lit. So it's
Mm.
like a really like a opposite things like a so lit or so lit. It's um like that kind of things. Like a taiko has the don dokodon or don daka don doko.
Right.
A don doko has already a lot of groove that it's like a feeling of like this cycle that makes the breathing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. That's such a good analogy. And what I really and we should link up Shogo's talk at the World Taiko Conference as well.
Yep.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really that things actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yep.
think in English we don't, especially for English, as our primary language
Yeah.
people, we
Yeah.
don't have those like. I mean, there is like intonation to a certain
Mm,
extent,
mm,
like like
mm,
you sentences raised at the end of a question and that kind of thing, but it's just not quite the same as
mm,
the way that Japanese pronunciation has all these like
mm,
yum or
mm, yeah.
and just the way that you broke that down in that talk,
Mm,
it makes so much sense
mm,
because
mm,
what I realize is that because English is my primary language, I don't think
mm,
of those intonations so much,
mm,
but I do it very naturally when
mm,
I'm trying to explain things to people.
mm,
But it was really, really helpful to get that, like have that system, that you're kind
mm,
of explaining.
mm, mm,
And
mm,
it gave me a language to be able to communicate that a little bit
mm,
better. Because
mm,
you
mm,
say like, no, play it like don doko don, not don
mm.
doko don doko. But it's like,
Yes, yes.
and to me, it's
Mm,
like it's totally different. But
mm,
for the student or for the person trying to learn it,
yeah.
it can be very similar. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes.
yeah. So I really think that So
Mm,
I'm very excited about this workshop series, and I think a lot of you out there watching this would be, it's going to be
mm,
very enlightening and
mm, mm.
illuminating.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. So if you get some method, your uh, like a music has there is a more possibility to how do you say to have some more intonation for the music. Like a
Yeah,
don, do, like that things. It's like a kind of like an infinity.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So we and if you get this method, you can, if you watch some like a Japanese traditional things or like other folk music, not only Japanese things, you can feel more deeply, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, some like Mongolian music or like a Western traditional like a historical folk music, something like that. The everything like this kind of a groove and a cycle. Yeah. So it was so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, like when I watched some like Scottish music uh, with this method, it's really
Mm-hmm.
interesting because
Mm-hmm.
really opposite groove, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get some feeling, you can connect more uh,
Mm-hmm.
with other folk musics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you understand that opposite things, oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you understand the opposite things, you can adjust, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't know that feeling. Always like a like this, always like a opposite. It's with pity. So I think it's nice to know that feeling, like a dong,
Yeah.
what dong, yeah. It's like
Yeah. And what I
real,
really, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Please, yeah.
No, no, you.
You know, it's like a really, yeah, physical things, but
Yeah. Yeah.
if you understand the physical things, you can be more relaxed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's exactly what I was gonna say. That
mm,
the way that you connect that with the physicality of actually
mm,
playing, like whether it goes don or
yeah,
it makes it
yeah,
just, yeah, it's really a deep, I think, insight
mm,
into
mm,
how we can how we can yeah, how we can get to those more nuances
Yeah.
mm,
that we find in all these folk musics. So,
mm,
and the
mm,
way that you kind of really have connected the intonation with the
mm,
kuchishoka, with the physicality, with the
mm,
hitting of the drum, it's really,
mm,
it's all things that, like, so, I feel like I have learned a little bit here and a little bit over
mm,
here, and maybe I saw somebody do this and that made sense this
mm,
way. But the way that you
yeah,
kind of like synthesize it all into this
yeah,
system is very, very interesting.
yes. So that makes, you know, the um, community is not only like this flat, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not only on land. Actually the community has the with the historical things like
Yeah.
that. So we can connect the historical things together if you understand that method. So that is very important to play this kind of like natural music things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because this kind of like a spontaneous
Mhm.
musics are uh, connecting with like a really deep like a human nature history.
Mm-hmm.
If we can touch that things, like it's really happy, and we can see the future, we can feel the future. Yeah, because our body is like a just point of this time,
Mm-hmm.
but we connect everything like this flat and this like a historical things and the future. So it's like a kind of like a more big ball, like a, yeah, not like a 2D. It's
Mhm.
more 3D.
Mm-hmm.
3D. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
that is very happy things. So just I'd like to share that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you. Really
fantastic.
looking forward to it.
Yeah. So Shogo's kaDON live workshop series, 4-part series, starts this Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific for um and we have the other time periods. I don't have it on. Wait, where is it?
Oh, it's on the registration page,
Oh,
which
it's on
is
the
I just put
registration.
it on
Yes,
the, yeah.
5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Denver. If you're in Chicago, it's 7 p.m. If you're in New York, it's 8 p.m. If you're in London, it's 1 a.m., which is a perfect time to do a Taiko workshop. If you're in Madrid, it's only 2 a.m. That's also great timing. Yeah. We have all the 10 a.m. in Tokyo and 12 p.m.
Okay.
Sydney. And we will link that up. I want to.
All right, there you go.
Yay! Thank you, Aya.
No problem.
Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to this. I want to thank Shogo-san for joining us for this kaDON live stream. Any last questions or comments from anyone?
We have one question from Will, if you want to answer it really
Yes,
quickly.
let's do
He
it.
asked, Shogo, how much of your kendo training influenced your taiko playing?
Actually, it's really, I always, my base, the feeling is really kendo things, kendo brain. So it's like everything. Like how can I
So
say
it has
it?
influenced greatly in not
Yes.
just taiko, but everything you do?
My I always like my filter is like a kendo brain. So if I learn the taiko, so at first I put on the like a kendo things,
Okay.
because I started the kendo really like like almost 1 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
How is
Because
that possible?
my family is a kendo family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
So
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
so
that. either.
for example, like this kind of a New Year party, like some like our family bit together and talking kendo things a lot. Yeah. So that's why.
Interesting.
Yeah. So my taiko is really based on kendo, like that.
That's awesome.
Does it make sense?
Yeah,
It does.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
That's why I always like make the some like I want to how do you say, give the some name for the techniques. For example, like a menuchi とか for example, like a kote men, it's like a,
Yeah.
二段打ち 二段打ち is like a なんて言ったらいいんだ
知らないですね。知らないか。
そう、いろいろ名前がついてるわけですよ、技術に。
So kendo techniques each have its own name. So Shogo wants to name his other things like kendo too.
I see.
For example, like Dokodoko is for me like a 一挙動4打. It's like a one motion and 4 beat. Yeah. So the kendo is always a practice with, for example, like a 小手面二段打ち like that. So I would like to say something like one motion 4 beat, like that. Then Dokodoko.
I see. So when you say it in English, it gets too long.
Yes. So Japanese culture likes that, like kanji things, Yeah.
So okay, so you have a very kendo mentality for
yes.
everything. Yeah, that's
kendo mentality.
word.
Yeah.
Word, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. I had no idea.
Awesome. Yeah, that's why we have these conversations.
Yes, perfect.
So we can continue. Yeah, learn more.
In this kaDON live series, there's no experience required, correct?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Anybody
no,
can
yeah, yeah,
join,
anybody, yeah,
even
anybody,
people with
yeah,
no Taiko
yeah,
background.
yeah, yeah,
Great. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
And if
all you need is a comfortable clothing and a pair of sticks if you have one. If you don't
yes,
worry about it. And some
mm,
hitting surface.
yeah,
yes, yes,
and it doesn't need to be a taiko. It can be a practice pad.
Right.
It can be a pillow.
Hello.
It can be
yeah,
a
pillow is
chair.
okay,
Anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Great. Well,
Cool. I'm
thank
excited.
you, Shogo, for doing this with us.
Yeah,
It
thank
was
you.
yeah,
thank
even though
you,
we've known each other for so long, it's great to learn. Even there's so many things that came up that I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So these are really fun for me as well. So thank you, Shogo. Thank you, Aya.
thank
Thank you,
you,
all of you who are checking in.
Yes.
Be
Thanks
sure
for
to sign
watching.
up for Shogo's workshop, and we also have another workshop with Emily Harada. She is doing another workout, Taiko based workout course, and that's going to start on January 20th. Shogo's course starts this Thursday. So we have a lot of fun things planned for everybody stuck indoors this January.
Yes.
A good way to get 2021 started. Happy New Year to all of you. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
yep,
Hopefully this Thursday.
Yeah. Hopefully Thursday. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one,
thank
everyone.
Happy New
you,
Year.
Happy New Year.